Hello everyone and welcome to my advanced guide to PoeSkillTree. Uh, Everyone knows how to use PoeSkillTree, like basically usually. Just like making a build like this, let's try to make a simple cyclone or just a starting tree. You just click some nodes usually and you build your tree with that. One of the advanced techniques I'm gonna teach you here is that you can right click on nodes. There will be like the green check mark there. And if you just right click all the nodes you want, like I want to make a cyclone or so, we want master of the arena, and we might as well take the life here then, and ours the gladiator and the destroyer, stuff like that. Gonna be blood magic. You just click a few nodes. I'm just really clicking random nodes right now. And when we click a few nodes, we can click on go to tools. This will only work at like later versions of PoeSkillTree. If you don't have this menu, we might need to upgrade. You go to tools, then nodes, and then you click skill tag nodes. And because it was a relatively simple tree, it did it quite quickly. It made a little tree for me, and it's the most optimized path between the nodes I tagged. But as you can see, I started as a marauder. It would be kind of stupid to take these two nodes. What you can do is you can right click the skill twice, and then it will not take that node under any circumstances. Because let's say we're going to make a hardcore build, so we want some life. We don't want to take this path either, and we want we don't really care if it's life regen or max life. We'll see what happens. Now you might click like here again, but that won't work. You have to reset the tree first. And you go to nodes, skill tag nodes. Now you see it will just take this path, just like we planned, and it will make the tree complete. Yeah, you can make pretty fun stuff with this. We can say like Marauder with Ghost Reaver and Pain Attunement for some reason. Never know. And it will still find the best path there. And I'm just gonna click random nodes on the tree, and you will see that it becomes slower, and it also won't stop if you take like more than 123 is the max you can get right now. I think more than the max amount of nodes, then it will just tell you to use those nodes. Let's see. Apparently, it's pretty hard to use a lot of nodes. Reset again. Skill tag nodes. Yeah, like if you have a 150 point build, it won't complain about that. So that's something you have to keep into account. Now again, if I were to click this node, for example, now, and I go to tools, node, skill tag nodes again, it will just calculate from the current tree to that node the shortest path. So yeah, just make sure to reset every time before you calculate the skill tree, unless you made like a tree yourself and want to do something with that. If you want to reset all the tag nodes, you can say untag all nodes, which doesn't have a confirmation box. I misclicked that a couple of times already, like when I go fast and I click on untag all nodes, and suddenly my entire build is gone. So be careful with that. Another more advanced feature of PoeSkillTree is the thing right here called the skill tree generator. Now this is really an amazing thing, I think, personally, especially if you use it to the fullest. Let's say we have a Scion. I just selected Scion. What's Scion good at? Scion is good at jewels. For the skill tree generator, you have to set your level goal. Like, let's say I want to make level 85 Scion. Now with the skill tree generator, I can say exactly which stats I want. Increase maximum life. I want 180 increased maximum life. And jewel sockets. Let's go fully crazy, like 14 jewel sockets. The weight thing, I think it's when the calculator can't, like if you were to say like 20 jewel sockets here and say 90% block somewhere else, those are both things that you really can't get within a tree. Maybe you can get 20 jewel sockets, but you get the point. That's it, 30 jewel sockets then. With the weight, you can determine which it values more. If it values getting closer to the jewel sockets more or closer to the block. So, but that's show the magic in action. We just selected 180 life, 14 jewel sockets. If I press run now, this one might really take a long time if you have a very complicated build. So, but if you have a decent computer, it will finish really quickly. So now it made a tree with, as you can see, 180% life and 13 jewel sockets. Apparently it can't get the 14th one within the amount of points it is allowed, like it's level 85. Let's test if it's like, we do level 90. Oh, you can't fill it in here. That's also something maybe as a feedback to the PoeSkillTree developers. Let's say 90. Also be very careful not to click reset here because I do that sometimes and then it will just reset these values and not your tree. Again here you also reset your tree and you click run. Let's see if we can get the extra jewel sockets now. Yeah, 14 jewel sockets and 180% life exactly. Yeah, and it will be the most optimal path it can think of. Now, do mind that if you're a bit unlucky, it might create a slight deviation of the. It might not create the exact most optimal paths, but I've only come across that once, and that was like a 1 point difference that was very clear. But yeah, do keep it in mind. It's based on, it's like a genetic algorithm or something like that. I'm supposed to know all this stuff because I study computer science, but anyway, it might not choose the exact most optimal path, but most 99% of the times it will. Yeah, then you have your nice dual tree. You also have these pseudo attributes. Like if I were to say a specific amount of increased lightning damage here, like 90%, I don't even do, and remove the dual sockets constraint because it's kind of hard to get this both. I press run. I think it will count like general elemental damage as lightning damage as well. Or it doesn't. Lightning damage increase. Let's find it here. Yeah, exactly. Like here it says 71% lightning damage and 20% elemental. So that way we get to the total of 90% lightning damage. Yeah, it's kind of like a PoE.trait. You also have those pseudo attributes. And in settings, you can set some stuff like it's. I think it's for the. I never really played with that to be totally honest, but you can set stuff. Set what build you are, and I just think it's a bit unreliable usually. Maybe it's very useful, or maybe someone else will make a guide about the settings menu after me, but I usually just use the first two tabs to create my tree. Yeah, one of the more, it's one of the, it's kind of, it can be kind of tedious to come up with all the stats you need for builds from the get-go for the skill tree generator. So the way I usually build my builds is I go like, I just click what I want. I might go which, for example, and I kind of combine the two methods. So I click the skill tag node here, just clicking random stuff right now. So I want all those live nodes, I want this, I'm making some sort of hybrid, so you want this, you want this, and this, and I tools, skill tag nodes, and right now I then go to, I see like I have 71% live, I kind of want that higher, but I like this base form of the tree. And I also want some extra dual sockets because I only have one and I'm level 90, so I can use a lot more points. So then we go to PoeSkillTree generator and we just say, okay, we want it's it's hybrid, so okay, 150% live might be enough. And we want like 4 dual sockets in total. And then without resetting, you press run right now. Then it will just extend your build to get the stats that you want. So right now I have that 150% live. I just have to have the same amount of energy shields because I clicked that stuff. Oh, and I still had the lightning damage selected, so that's why I took this stuff. Uh, and it took 4 dual sockets as well. And that's about it for the advanced techniques to make your build, to make your tree building a bit easier. There's a lot more stuff to cover in the PoeSkillTree, but that will come another time. Maybe I will teach myself how to use the settings part here. And there's also item lists and item imports with which you can see the exact amount of life you'll get with those items. But for now, I'll leave it at this. If you have any questions about PoeSkillTree or any comments about my tutorial, it's the very first tutorial I made, so I say a lot probably or something like that. Just leave in the comments below the video and I will look at it and see what I do with it. See you guys later.